यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन यमुनतीरावनचारी यमुनतीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद श्रील प्रभुपाद जय Jam Vishnupada Paravansa Parivājakarācārya Aštotara Shatasri His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jam Vishnupada Paravansa Parivājakarācārya Aštotara Shatasri His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Grandhara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki Nitai Gaura Premanande. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Mataji, what's the announcement you want to make? Okay. Today Harinam, not in the city, not in the evening. So it's in the morning from 10 to 12, from starting at Southern Cross Station. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraye. Hare Krishna. We are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 20, the dynasty of Puru. Today's verse, text number 27. Trayastimischhatham hyasvan. Trayastrimishchatham hyasvan. Badhva vismapayan rupan. Badhva vismapayan rupan. Dushmantir atyaghan mayam. Dushmantir atyaghan mayam. Devanam guru ayayu. Devanam guru mayayu. Trayastimischya chatam hyasvam. Badhva vismapayan rupan. Dushmantir atyagan mayam. Devanam gurum dhyayo. Devanam gurum ayayo. Trayastimascha chatam hyasvan. Badhva vismapayan rupan. Dushmantir atyagan mayam. Devanam gurumayayo. Vaishnavis. Trayastimas chatam hyasvan. Badhva vismapayan rupan. Devanam gurumaya. Trayastrimishasyatam hyasvam. Badhva vismapayan rupan. Dhoshmantir. It's actually Doshmantir. Yeah, I didn't see from the far. Okay, what the word meaning? Traya, three. Trimashat. No, Trimshat. 30. Shatam, 100. He, indeed. Ashwan, horses. Badhva, arresting in the yajna. Vishmapayan, astonishing. Nrupan, all other kings. Doshmantihi, the son of Maharaja Dushmanta. Atyaghat, surpassed. Mayam, material opulences. Devanam, of the demigods. Gurum, the Supreme Spiritual Master, Ayayo, achieved. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace S. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Bharata, the son of Maharaja Dushmanta, bound 3,300 horses for those sacrifices, and thus he astonished all other kings. He surpassed even the opulence of the demigods, for he achieved the supreme spiritual master Hare. Purport. One who achieves the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead certainly surpasses all material wealth, even that of the demigods in the heavenly planets. Yam labdva chaparam labham manyate nadikam tataha. The achievement of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the most exalted achievement in life. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are continuing reading the descriptions of Maharaj Bharata and his activities. So in today's verse, we are reading the continuation of previous two verses, that how he performed Ashwamedha Yajna. So here it described how many horses he bound for the sacrifice. 3,300 horses. That's a huge number. Today is the horse race. Huge number. Yes. It's so difficult to understand for a normal person what is actually highest achievement in life. So in today's purport, Srila Prabhupada, although this verse is connected to something else for the horse sacrifice, but in the line, one line mentioned in the verse, he could able to do this because he conquered Lord Hari. So that he got the opulence even more than Devatas. Then Prabhupada purport straight gives what is necessary for us to know from this pastime. What is the point from the purport Srila Prabhupada is making? Yeah, the lotus feet of the Lord is the highest achievement. Not even World Cup, not the Melbourne Cup. No, they are not the highest achievement. Highest achievement is attaining the lotus feet of Krishna. Why it is highest? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nothing material can satisfy you satisfaction. Somebody may win World Cup, somebody may win presidential race, but still after attaining that, one feels unsatisfied. And that satisfaction does not last longer. So that's why Prabhupada appropriately quoted a verse from Bhagavad Gita, in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, while explaining the attainment of a yogi
Prabhupada, Krishna tells this verse, Yam labdhva chaparam labham manyate nadikam tataha yasmin sthite na dukkhena guru napi na vichalyati. So that verse explains, Yasmin sthite na dukkhena. Yes, I have achieved the highest position, whatever I may consider in my life. But if any slightest disturbance come in life, that highest position does not make any sense. Isn't it? Someone may achieve the highest position. What is considered to be the highest position in the world today? US President. But after 5 years, again he has to go through election. And then anxiety, would I win this time or not? And to maintain that position, he has to do so much hard labor. So these days, even the big leaders, they are not leaders. They are all, according to Shastra, if we see their symptoms, they are nothing but Shudras. Because Shudras' work is to please their customers. So leaders are elected to please the customer, not to rule the citizen. So that's why that is not considered the highest. And so much struggle they have to go. Even if one attains the position of Indra, which is even higher than the material realm, not transcendental, not material exactly, higher than the Bhumandala, if you take Swarga. So that is highest for Indra. Then what is the problem in Indra Loka or Swarga? Yeah, that's one reason. Once we finish the pious activity, one comes down to material world. Kshina punyam arthilokam vishanti. And that's one thing. And what other? Pride. Yeah, they are pride of their position. I am demigod Indra. And yeah, demons are always ready to take over the position. And we have seen not just demons, anyone is performing sacrifices. In the case of Maharaja Prutu Maharaj, when he was doing Ashwamedha Yajnas, Indra was so frightened. Oh, he's coming in competition with me. That's one side. On the other side, Bali Maharaj and party always ready to attack. Hiranyakashipu is ready to attack. All the demons are ready to attack. That's why Supreme Lord himself come. Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Rudhyanti Yuge Yuge. Lord himself has to come and rescue Indradev. That's another problem. So there also it's not highest because competition is there. And what to speak of going to Brahmaloka? What is the problem there? Having that position as Lord Brahma. Yeah. Every time there is a trouble, Devatas come. And Lord Brahma does not know how to solve. Then he goes to Kshirasagara. There he meditates, Lord himself appear. Sometimes he got chastisement also. Why did you give this kind of boon? Like when in the case of Hiranyakashipu, Lord was not so happy for giving that kind of boon. So there also it's volatile. And not just that, his own creation creates problem. Correct? So he created first 4 sons. And he asked them, please renounce. And they said, no. We are not meant for that. They are Brahman realized already. There itself he got angry. In the beginning, first day itself he got angry after creating 4 sons. And then out of anger, this Rudra appeared. And they started creating havoc. And after that, when he created, that's one time problem. And after that, again, when he created Rakshas and Yakshas, they started devouring him, Brahma, who is the creator of them. See the problem. So there also it's not very easy. That's why devotee doesn't even want the position of Brahma. And they want only the lotus feet. Only devotee is satisfied. We see in the case of Maharaj Ambarisha, he was very well situated. Even the death imminent was ready, that the fire demon created by Durvasa Muni. He was not disturbed. Why? Because he is firmly situated at the lotus feet of the Lord. And for him, there is no loss, there is no gain, because he already attained the highest position, that is Krishna's lotus feet. So when we analyze ourselves in our day-to-day pursuit, so we have to be very clear, am I seeking this or is something else? If we are seeking something else, our material satisfaction, our mental satisfaction, our mode satisfaction, there is no hope we feel happy in this world. So it's very important. Yam labdva chaparam labham manyate nadikam tataha. So yam labdva, by attaining this. So we all want to attain this position. So while keeping our head to attain this, so we have to keep our feet in this ground to work to attain that position. And then what is the formula given to attain Krishna's lotus feet or Krishna Loka? Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Yeah, that's the process. Do you remember anything that clearly mentioned in Bhagavad Gita? The formula to attain Krishna's lotus feet. Yeah, Sarvadharman. Actually, Prabhupada gives very clearly in the 11th chapter, 55th verse. Mat karma kut, mat paramo, mat bhakta sangavarjitaha, and nirvaira sarvabhuteshu. What's the last line? Nirvaira sarvabhuteshu ya samam eti pandava. So Krishna is telling, my dear Arjuna, he who engages in my pure devotional service, free from the contaminations of fruitive activities and mental speculation, he who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of his life, and who is friendly to every living being, he certainly comes to me. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, first few lines only. Prabhupada writes, anyone who wants to approach the Supreme of all the personalities of Godhead on the Krishna Loka planet in the spiritual sky and be intimately connected with the Supreme Personality, Krishna, must take this formula as stated by the Supreme Himself. Therefore, this verse is considered to be the essence of Bhagavad Gita. 1155. So this is the formula. So what is mentioned in the formula? Mat karma krut. First one, engage in pure devotional service. So pure devotional service, all the items of Navavidha Bhakti. Beginning with Shravanam, chanting and hearing. That's very, very important. Mat marmakot, mat paramo. And make Krishna as the supreme goal of life. All the other things we may go through in the material world, ups and downs, according to our karma and according to our bondage, coming from the previous samskaras and whatever karma we went through. So we may have particular mindset, we may have particular behavior, we may have particular inclinations. It doesn't matter. But the keep eye always on the goal that Krishna is the supreme goal. And for that, I don't make adjustments of my material situation. Rather, I adjust myself to go forward to Krishna consciousness, to please the Lord. So that is very important. And then Mad Bhakta Sangha Varjitaha. In the purport again, Prabhupada very elaborately explains the Sangha Varjitaha. So we have different types of Sangha, association. And the Sangha that we have mainly is association with three modes. So get out of the influence of those three modes and also get out of the influence of fruitive activity and mental speculation. So these two are very important. Fruitive mentality. What is fruitive mentality? What is fruitive mentality? Yeah, one is to gratify our senses. What's in it for me? That is fruitive mentality. Yeah, give and take. Yeah, now Kartik month, I give something, I'll take from Krishna. Or I do certain activity, I will take. And then when we analyze even more finer way, we come to understanding that even after performing devotional service for quite a number of years, we still have that fruitive mentality. Only me has to get recognition. Only me. What is in it for me? I do this seva, what I'm going to get. I do this program, what I'm going to get. I give class, how many will like me? This is all fruitive. So we have to perform any activity just to glorify the Lord and keeping the eye that my goal is to please the Supreme Lord, Guru and Krishna. So that's Sangha Varjitaha. So getting out of the fruitive mentality and mental speculation. Do we do any sort of mental speculation in our day-to-day activity? Krishna consciousness? Lord, actually. Lord. We concoct our own prescriptions to please the Lord. We concoct our own formulas to progress in devotional service. So, how can you give any example? How do we do that? Concoct our own formulas to please the Lord? Yeah? Yeah, anything is Krishna Katha, Prabhuji. So many. These days, internet advanced so much. I can hear any Baba from anywhere. And they have so many followers. And when he tells Krishna Katha, people cry like anything. That's a mental speculation. We don't want that. Yes, that Baba may be nicely describing the pastime of the Lord, but he may have in deep that I am Krishna. I am equal to Krishna. Who can get that information? In speaking, nobody tell what is in their heart. They may nicely explain, but deep, what are their philosophy? So that's very important. So that mental speculation we have to come out. Putam Hare Katha Amrutam. So hearing from non-Vaishnava. So although it is Hare Katha, but that is actually creating disturbance in one's devotional life. So it's very important whom we select to hear from. Yes, another very important thing. And then Nirvaira Sarva Bhuteshu. So it's not just Nirvaira for only limited number of people or human beings. Nirvaira Sarva Bhuteshu. And what to speak of not having any grudges among the devotees. It's another very, very important. So while performing devotional service, we may have differences of opinion, we may have different way of seeing things, we may have different way of doing services, but that's okay. But that should not create grudge in the heart. If there is any grudge, tata bye-bye for this life. We may be done so much devotional service, but towards the end, if we create this in our heart, we'll have to wait. And waiting, we know, so much difficult. So that's why we need to maintain nirvaira sarva bhuteshu. While not, yes, if I offend any devotee, if I do this, if I become angry with devotee or something, that may stop me. So we feel, okay, I should not do. But when it comes to other lower species and other living entities, we feel very casual. So that is also what we have to consider. Be mindful and develop non-envious nature. In one lecture, Srila Prabhupada explaining envy or material uncertainties, material misery, Prabhupada is telling. So generally we develop enmity with whom? Not just devotees, in general. In general way of explaining enmity with somebody is that if somebody is not listening to me or if somebody is going opposite to me, what I want to do certain thing but somebody is not doing according to my way, then we feel he is enemy of me. We want to do opposite. And Prabhupada went to a least extent. Prabhupada is explaining, sometimes a mosquito lands on our hand and it bites and it creating me some disturbance, and then immediately we feel enmity, you are creating disturbance to me, we kill. And Prabhupada says that is also fighting, struggle for existence. So you want to be happy, but this is creating me disturbance. And now summer, so many flies come. Yeah, you creating disturbance in my life, I'll spray. And Prabhupada says that is also considered. So we have to be very mindful. Nirvaira sarva bhuteshu. So we don't have any right to kill anything in this world, including the plants. That may be obstructing our way. We have to be very mindful while removing those plants. Because we remove them because they are creating disturbance. Oh, I don't like them being here. I remove, I pluck. No, we are creating enmity. Nirvaira sarva bhuteshu. That's why you see in Vrindavan, on the Govardhan Parikrama or in Vrindavan Parikrama Marg, some trees, Vrajavasis, they don't disturb them. Because they are also Vrajavasis, they are living. In that way, if we lead our life, certainly comes to me, Krishna is telling, certainly comes to me. But again, we don't create our mental concoction how to lead life according to this. So we take shelter of devotees and spiritual master. So for us, the most important aspect is following Guru's instructions and Guru's representatives who are appointed in our life as senior God brothers, senior God sisters and senior devotees. It's very important. And then it comes, okay, there are so many devotees I see for so long. Are they all seniors? So we have to use our intelligence to define who is senior according to Rupa Goswami, given in the Nectar of Instructions and Nectar of Devotion and so many places, Madhyamadhikari, Uttamadhikari. According to the level of advancement and discrimination, one has to see, not just seeing the number of years, not with the white beard or no. So it's very important. And in the same line, Brahmaji says how to conquer the Supreme Lord. How to conquer the Supreme Lord. He says in the 14th chapter of 10th canto, verse 3. He says, Jnane prayasa mudapasya namanta eva jivanti mukaritam bhavadiya vartam sthane stita shrutigatam tanuva manobi ye prayaso ajita jitopi si tais trilokyam. There he says, those who even while remaining situated in their established social positions, because the previous formula looks, okay, that means I cannot live in family life, I cannot live in the social environment. I may have to live and everything, go to some farm community, live there. That's why here Brahmaji is saying, those who even while remaining situated in their established social positions. What does it mean, established social positions? Maybe brahmachari, gruhastha, vanaprastha or sannyasa, whatever social position, and wherever we may be. We may be in the city, we may be in the ashram, we may be in the forest, wherever we may be. In that social position, throw away the process of speculative knowledge. Throw away the process of speculative knowledge. Oh, if this situation change in my life, I'll become pure devotee. If this situation change, I will advance in my devotional service. If at all I conquer this job, I will become more. No. So all those speculative things, no. Nothing is, bhakti is not dependent on any social circumstance. Bhakti is not dependent on any social circumstance. Wherever you are, from externally so many disturbing elements may be troubling one's physical and mental position, but stay there. Take it as it's for my purification. Take it as it's my purification. If somebody is escaping for the purification process, where is the opportunity for advancing? So that's why it's better to be situated wherever we are, under the guidance of Guru and devotees, and follow the process, throw away the speculative knowledge. And these next three things are very important. With their body, words and mind, offer all respects to descriptions of your personality and activities. With body, with words and with mind. It's very important. How do we offer respects with body? Offering obeisances. And not just that, when we hear the glories of the Lord, it should automatically develop attitude that as soon as we hear, we offer respects. It doesn't matter, not prostrated obeisances. As soon as we hear anything comes, glorifying the position of the Lord, glorifying the mercy of the Lord, immediately we offer respects with body. So that means we are completely connected with the katha. It's not just katha is going on in one ear and we may be doing something. No, we should be completely absorbed in knowing about Krishna. With body and with words, how do we associate? How do we praise, respect the Lord with words? Yeah, whatever we hear, give it to someone. Glorify. If we don't distribute that, so we'll become puffed up. Yeah, I know so much knowledge. But when we start preaching, we will understand how much trouble one has to go through. It's so easy. Say, for example, if we only associate with the devotees are of equal cadre, what happens? Only associating and living and day out only with the same like-minded devotees or same advancement of devotees, what happens? Progress will happen because the chanting and other things are going on, but we start finding faults with them. Because it's the same. And what happens if we only associate with those who are advanced than us, like spiritual masters? Yeah, pride will come. There also we start finding faults, and there also we think we are equal to them. Because we are always associating with them, and we think I am equal to that person. And what happens if we always associate with those who are junior to us? We get puffed up. They give so much respect. And then what happens if we always associate with material person? Swaha. All over. But if we associate with a outside world to preach, purification, because nobody listens what you want to say. Purification automatically comes. As if for a sadhaka, always it is recommended to associate with all these three categories. In the Nectar of Instructions, Rupa Goswami very clearly says how to associate with these three levels of devotees, and most importantly, associate with the advanced devotees who are completely situated in pleasing the Lord. And for us to get purification, always preach. Go out to preach. So in preaching, we value the association that we have. If one does not raise a child, he cannot understand how difficult it is to get a human being in the world. Correct? So parents has to work so hard to raise a child, to bring them to human platform and make him a proper citizen. And then after that you employ them in whatever. But without understanding how difficult it is, then started finding faults in this one, that one, what happens? Because he never raised a child. He never brought a devotee. He never preached a devotee. And then finding fault in that person. Oh, you this, you that. That's why Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, to make one person a devotee, some thousands of gallons of blood one has to sacrifice. But to destroy one's devotional attitude, it doesn't take much. Even during the class, if someone's mobile ring, and you can get angry on that person, you say, how dare you to keep your mobile in a ring mode? That's it. That can close the flower of devotion. He can be gone away. So that's why preacher, he maintains the attitude how to deal. It's so difficult. In preaching, we have to sometimes go out of our conditioning, isn't it? None of us like to go out and distribute books. Unless you are very much, into it. But when we go out, we realize it's not my nature, but I do it for my own purification. If somebody takes, it's good, both win-win. But going out for preaching, although you may lose, but you are winner. Because you are winning the heart of the Lord. You are winning the heart of devotee, Srila Prabhupada. That's why preaching is very important. And when we preach, we will realize how much time it takes to make a person devotee. Yeah? Every one of us has some experience of cultivating a person. That is why preaching is called cultivation. Cultivation is not that you go to supermarket and buy a fruit. That's not cultivation. So you have already ready-made devotees, you bring them, engage in the program. That's not cultivation. Cultivation is like sowing a seed, then watering the seed, making it grow, and seeing what happens during the growth. So many insects may try to eat that. So many other elements may trample it. Make a protective environment around the tree, and then finally fruits come. And then no birds come and eat that fruit. Keep it ready for offering to the Lord, finally. So that is cultivation. Right from picking up a person who is not a devotee, bring them slowly, giving prasadam, books, reading. It takes not overnight process. It takes so many days. And I see Arjun Saka Prabhu in the room. It takes tremendous amount of time, going so intricate ways to somehow or other connect them to Krishna. They may want to go to so many things, but bring it. As a preaching is very important. We become humble. Not just humble, we become humbled in that pursuit. So that's the second one, words. And how about with the mind? Always thinking, always keeping plans, how I progress, how I please the Lord, how I go deeper. Not how I become, free of anxiety. No. We rather take anxiety for the advancement or pleasing the Lord. So that's very important. And always keep mind engaged in weighing a novel ways to serve the Lord. Always. How can I serve? How can I expand? How can I please the Lord? How can I become a better person? So comparison should be made not with advanced devotee. Comparison should be made with our own self. We have to make our new version of a devotee. I was like this in last year, so I don't want to be like this in the coming Janmashtami. I want to become a better version of myself, become more dedicated, become more patient in my service, become more engaged in devotional activity. Last year I read only this much, but this year I want to read more. Last year I engaged in so-and-so service. This year I want to grow more and engage more service. Last year I wasted this much time. This year I don't want to waste. So we have to compare our own self in the mind. Don't compare others with yourself or yourself with others. We will frustrate because every living entity is unique and they have a unique way of pleasing the Lord. And what happens if Daruka started comparing with Arjuna? Krishna, you became chariot driver for Arjuna and now I have to drive your chariot. Then his mood gone. So you cannot compare. So that's why Rupa Goswami, when analyzing the different rasas in Nectar of Devotion, he says, everybody is happy in their own way of serving the Lord. And they don't think either they are superior or others are inferior. And they are very happy. So that's what we want to achieve in our service also. Be satisfied in whatever service we do. And what is the benefit of doing like that? Which are, here says, and with their body, words and mind, offer all respects to descriptions of your personality and activities, dedicating their lives to those narrations. So our life should be dedicated to the narrations, hearing about the narrations of the Lord. So we may do so much service, but after doing all the service, what is the benchmark or what is the litmus test to see the advancement of a devotee? Yeah, how much eager he is to hear about the pastimes of the Lord. Not how much he is eager to hear about his glories after performing the service. No, we please spiritual master, we make all the arrangements to our spiritual master and the temple and the devotees so that they will speak about Krishna. They'll speak about Krishna. We should always open our ears and heart to hear about Krishna. Whenever meet any devotee, we should discuss Krishna Katha. What did you hear today? What did you read from book? So please share. Please share. It's very important. And then what happens if somebody is dedicated mind, offer all respect to the descriptions of your personality and activities, dedicating their lives to those narrations which are vibrated by you personally and by your pure devotees. And then what happens? Certainly conquer your lordships, although you are otherwise unconquerable by anyone within the three worlds. So Brahmaji is saying. So what is the way? Hear from the devotees, pure devotees. Whatever Srila Prabhupada given is the highest. So we don't have to worry, oh, this may take me to pure devotional service or not, because Prabhupada only there for 12 years. Maybe he did not give the highest in his books. No, Prabhupada gave the highest level of devotional service. That itself is enough for us to get purified and develop pure devotional service. Just by dedicating to Srila Prabhupada's words and his books, his instructions, that itself is enough. We don't have to look someone else's paper, someone else's lunchbox. What you got, you may be getting more nourishment than me. No need to go this sampradaya, that sampradaya, nothing else required. We have enough. Even just by reading Bhagavad Gita over and over again, line by line, word by word, one can become pure devotee. Even to come to understanding that mat karma kurt mat paramo, that itself take lifetimes. And Prabhupada readily giving us. One need not to go to hear the most intimate pastimes of the Lord. No, not required. Just realize mat karma kurt mat paramo mama bhakta sanghavarjitaha nirvaira sarva bhuteshu. Even to understand this itself is enough. Krishna is telling, you will come back to me. And then on top, whatever Srila Prabhupada gave us to serve in the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it is mentioned in the purports of Chaitanya Charitamrita, exactly I don't know which verse or which purport. Prabhupada says, serving the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Dasya is equal to serving Krishna in the Madhurya Rasa, which is highest. Madhurya is the highest. But serving the lotus feet of Krishna in Dasya Rasa, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Dasya Rasa, what does it mean? Dedicate ourselves for the preaching activity of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Giving somehow or other, adjust our mind, body and words, align that to give Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mission. What is that? Hare deko tare kaha Krishna upadesh. Just by doing that, one is serving Sri Sri Radha and Krishna in Madhuri Rasa, which is equal. Because Mahaprabhu himself always in that. So we are helping all the devotees, Mahaprabhu, to give that. So that itself is enough. And Mahaprabhu, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayanya, who can give the highest realm of devotion other than Srimati Radharani? So that is Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. We have the highest, although we are the lowest. But we need to utilize that to go deep in reading and serving Srila Prabhupada, books and himself. So serving ISKCON means serving Srila Prabhupada directly. Serving Srila Prabhupada means serving Shri Shri Gaurnitai directly. Serving Gaurnitai means directly serving the lotus feet of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. While engaging in the service of Srila Prabhupada, dedicatedly, chastefully, we are directly serving Shri Shri Radha Krishna in Madhurya Rasa. That is the highest. We may not realize that. I may be speaking just, flowery words, although without any realization, but that's the highest. One can realize it as we progress. That's what we see the sannyasis in our movement who joined in their young ages, sacrificed everything. Sacrificed everything. Now, you can see when we see their activities, they are like mad and after Radha and Krishna serving their lotus feet. Because they dedicated their life to please Srila Prabhupada. So in that way, we attain the lotus feet of Krishna. And that is the highest. Okay, I'll stop here. If you have any questions or comments or corrections, please. Mic is.
The last point what you mentioned, like serving Srila Prabhupada is like serving Radha and Krishna in Madhurya Rasa. So like it's like doing any service in the temple, because in the service in the temple we are serving indirectly Prabhupada. So does it mean that any service in the temple is like Madhurya Rasa?
Depends on the devotee's realization and connection. In any service, it's not just a duty-bound service. Yes, initially, yes, duty-bound service we have to do. But as we progress, we have to serve in sambandha, in relation. I am doing this for Krishna. I am doing this for pleasing Srila Prabhupada. It doesn't matter, it may be cleaning the temple, it may be distributing books, or it may be directly dressing their lordships. So whatever service, if it is not in relation, at least mentally, if we don't adjust ourselves, I am doing this to please the Lord, not to please myself, then it becomes. One may be, duty bound, dressing the deity. Quick, put, then finish. Although it is service done, but not the way our heart want, our soul want to be done. Do that service. So any service we have to go to the finer details. Yeah. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Mataji.
Hare Krishna. His question, it can be anywhere, it's not in the temple, right? It can be anywhere. Your mood is always how to give Krishna to anyone and everyone. That is...
Yeah, even while giving Krishna to anyone, perfectly situate, I am servant of Srila Prabhupada. I am servant of his parampara. So we should not lose that connection. When we lose that connection, we will fall apart. How much strength we have to give Krishna. So if I have to give hotspot to someone, first I should have signal. Correct? So first we need to connect with Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada always connected. He is a tower house. First we connect ourselves with Srila Prabhupada, then we can give Krishna to someone, hotspot to someone. Yeah.
Like without Prabhupada, we don't know anything.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so we should be always mindful of that.
Thank you so much. Really nice class, like practical application, very nice. And you said that we shouldn't remove any plants, but weeds, if you have paddy field, weeds should be removed, right?
Yes, weeds should be removed with mindful application. Yeah.
Just give it to
so
cow.
in a prayerful way. So that's very important. I met one farmer in the market. I go every Thursday to the market. So one farmer was telling, he is Buddhist background. So he told, he is a dealer. He told his farmer that you please don't use too much pesticides. Then farmer told, if I don't use pesticides, all the worms and other things they come and eat. And if I don't put certain pesticides, all the birds come and eat all the crop. How can I give? And he said, no, you please pray. Pray that leave certain amount of trees, certain portion for their food. Because they have to sustain on this. So you pray to them, they will eat only that much and they will leave you remaining. So first year he did, second year he did, and next year onwards, crop actually increased more than ever. And the disturbance also not much. He was telling literally this happened. And this farmer was so happy that he did not use so much pesticides and the crop also increased. And out of happy joy, he gave me one box of guava. He said, this is from my farmer's side. He just started doing like this. I advise him. See, it works because every living entity is a spirit soul, and in every living entity, Lord is situated as Paramatma. Only thing, we did not connect to that level. So when we connect to that level in every activity, it works. It's not just theoretically written in the books, it is practical application.
And one more question that you said mental concoction, spiritual mental concoction. You said one example, that hearing from non-devotees. Anything else?
Hearing from non-devotees, creating our own way of service without authorized by the or given by the authority, creating our own group, all these are spiritual concoction, deviations.
Align with the acharyas, is that okay?
It should be verified. So some services may be aligned with the mood and mission of the institution, but they may not be helping us to progress. So that we need to be very mindful. That's why I always seek guidance.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Hare
so much.
Krishna.
Hare.
Example for this, I think in some of the temples, the Mangalatis are not 4:30. They do it as per the neighboring. They do it as per the time, place, circumstances. They adjust the timings. So I think that can be, because if someone says I want to go at 4:30, won't be applicable in those places. Like in Bombay, they don't do at 4:30.
Like adjusting the temple program, time, place, circumstance, under guidance is very important. Thank you. Hare Krishna, we'll stop here. Grandhara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki. Mudapa Sharamantayeka